I met a Gypsy.
I remember when I got on the bike, I was like, dude, I just need to ride as much as I can. Just go out outdoors, ride like 70, 80%, just cruise around, get the feelings back, get the hands moving, eye speed up, just kind of get the fundamentals back. And then, dude, just started riding again. Dude, my arms were just blowing up. And I always struggled with arm pump last year. And like, when I had my health issues, like it was really, really bad. And like, it just, when you have arm pump, dude, like you're just a passenger. You can't do anything, you know? And like, it was so bad to the point.
Everyone listening can relate.
Yeah, dude, like it's so bad. And when you're at that level, it's like, oh, like, dude, you're tired. Like, you just need to work harder. I'm like, dude, I'm not out of shape. I am in the best shape I've ever been in. I promise you, I am not out of shape. But when some sort of problem you have in your arms or something, like it was so bad to the point I couldn't pull my clutch, couldn't pull my brake. Like, dude, it's bad. So I struggled with it all summer last year, and like it was kind of hit and miss, like when it was good, when it was bad. And then when I started riding again, dude, it was horrible.
Because when Tomac was in here, he said that he gets it when his bike was doing a certain thing. Like if his bike got too low in the rear, like did you have any correlation for like bike setup?
When the forks would move up and down like a lot, you know, so I'd prefer a little bit of a stiffer fork, but not one that's going to sit up in the top of the stroke and sit there and like
come back at
me, like really like a lot, you know, like a harsh feeling. So for me, like I was on a really tight line there, because like there are sometimes I go and like I'd want to soften up a little bit, and whether I'm just I think the changes we were making, like the bike was just really sensitive to some changes, so like we'd make a little change and it feels like I'd hit a bump and my arms are like on the ground, and then I come back and they're up like this, and dude, it just tires out your whole body, and then I'm having my arm pump problems, so I'm just smoked, you know. So just stuff like that. It was like such little changes I felt like I was making would just change the whole bike. So,
and what are we talking little change? Like 2 clicks, 1 click?
Like they would take it apart and change a couple things inside, like something they would say they're super, super minimal, or even if just going 2 clicks on suspension. Like, I guess I'm a pretty picky rider in a sense, or it's made me picky. I don't know, but just stuff like that, which it's like, it's not the bike's fault. It's not the team's fault. It's just stuff that, you know, we're working through, and, you know, they did a really good job catering to like my problems, and everyone on the team knew like my arm pump problems. Like it wasn't a secret. Obviously outside world didn't know, but it's like, I'm not going to hide it from my team. Like it's something I can't control.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all that stuff. And then I said, start riding again after my second knee, really struggling with it bad. And I remember there's a day, like I started riding Supercross and started getting back to normal. It was at the first of the year. This would have been like the week of like A1. So I'm riding Supercross with the boys, do motos with Seth and Drew. Speed's fine, but I only had like 2 laps in me, and then my arms are fully locked up. Like,
that's so hectic.
I remember I was going through the whoops, and dude, I just like, I can't feel my hands, can't feel my arms. They're so pumped up, and I just pulled off and just went back. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna kill myself out here. Like, dude, it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. So, hopped on the phone with Truman. I was like, dude, like, this actually would have been, this would have been actually Friday or Saturday of A1.
I remember being around the boys.
Yeah.
Like being around when these conversations are going on.
We might have actually been riding Saturday, race day at A1. So I remember I called Truman. I was like, dude, like, I know you know people. Like, I can't ride. Like, I'm not going to be able to race if I'm going to go and probably not qualify because I can't last a heat race. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. Like, we need to get this thing fixed. So, yeah, 2 days later, South Carolina, getting my arms fixed. 2 weeks off the bike. Now we're 2 weeks before Tampa. Start riding again. Dude, amazing. I've never, ever had that feeling before where it just, my arms felt so loose. And just like I could feel my levers. My arms aren't cramping, nothing. Like, dude, I just felt amazing. You know, it was just like.
So what do the doctors say? They're like, so how's the surgery work?
So I don't.
They cut the fascia, right? So you have like, it's like a sausage.
Yeah. So I got both here.
Yeah.
So basically, the guy that I went to, Dr. Tanner, he goes in, and Dr. Tanner, I mean, tell everybody, he works on all the GNCC guys. He's the kind of the East Coast off-road guy.
Yeah.
So he's around those guys a lot, and obviously those guys are banging themselves up, hitting trees and shit. And so,
yeah, doing 2-hour motos.
Yeah, exactly. So he's been around it for a while, and he's very well respected. So so Dan talked to him quite a bit, and I think Dan knew him quite a bit just from Dan's get stuff doing GNCC and whatnot.
Because he knows everybody.
Yeah, Dan knows everybody.
Yeah.
So, so he basically goes in and they just cut the fascia. Everybody has a different method of doing it, but he kind of just goes in with I don't want to say the wrong medical terms here, but like he goes in with a scope or something and just kind of rotates around and kind of slices the fascia, so it kind of opens up everywhere, but very minimal abrasion. So, because you'll see some guys and it's like big scar up on top and on the bottom, like they've been completely sliced open, but mine's super minimal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did that, and then basically it was
2 weeks off the bike.
2 weeks off the bike. It was like a week of like, don't grab anything, like don't activate the muscles, essentially. Like just move your fingers and like kind of get the blood pumping a little bit.
So the browser got a bit of a rest that those 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got to take a little bit of break there.
That's so good.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.